We're on the record in State of Ohio Plaintiff versus George Washington Wagner IV, case number 2018 CR 155. The defendant is present with his attorneys, John Parker and Richard Nash, and the State of Ohio is represented by the prosecuting attorney, Rob Junk, and the special prosecuting attorneys, Angela Canepa and Andrew Wilson. Special Agent Ryan Scheider is also present. The purpose, we have a deliberating jury downstairs in the jury room. The purpose for our hearing here right now is that we had received a request for a transcript of the testimony of Edward Jacob Wagner, who is, of course, an alleged co-conspirator, and the court, before providing that, wanted to have this hearing. It is possible to provide it to them. I understand that it is in excess of, is it in excess of 900 pages? I'm sorry? 764. Oh, 764 pages. And so we've convened here in order for counsel to have input, whether they wish to have a copy. It would be a full transcript of the testimony of that witness. The witness was called on behalf of the state. And so what's the state's position on providing a transcript of the testimony?
Your Honor, just in general, I think it's actually the court's practice too to not provide transcripts because it's a slippery slope, and as the court knows, there are some dangers of them putting more emphasis on one part of the trial versus others, but that would just be the court's or the state's concern.
Defense?
Thank you. We think it's within the court's discretion to do this. This is a case where, a situation where we do have that transcript readily available. This is an important witness, and the defense has discussed it, and we believe the court should provide that to the jury so they can make an accurate assessment of whatever issue they think needs to be reviewed. So because the court has discretion, because it is readily available, we're asking the court to provide it.
If the court were to provide the transcript, the court feels like that we would have to have the jury come back up here in order for me to caution them about the use of a transcript of the testimony of one witness, which would include telling them, first of all, that they do not want to give overemphasis to that testimony that they've got a transcript of, not weigh it any heavier or lighter because they have a transcript for that reason only. But and also to tell them it's a 764-page transcript, so that they caution them that they should not just read portions of the transcript. If they're going to use it, they need to access it all, because as we all know, sometimes questions are re-asked and the answer is a little different when it's re-asked than it was when it was asked the first time. That's why we have direct and cross and redirect and sometimes recross examination. So that would be the court's intention, is to caution them about its use. Yeah. Now, I didn't hear actually an objection on behalf of the state. I just heard caution. So what's your position on it?
Yeah, Your Honor. I mean, in general, we object to giving transcripts of any witness. Again, just because of the, like you're saying, 764 pages. I might ask a question and he answers one way, then he asks him a question and he answers this way, then on redirect, so, I mean, I think the danger is they zero in on a paragraph or 2 or 3, somewhere in that 764 pages. That's all.
Judge, obviously, our position is they should have accurate information, no matter what they're deciding. They should have accurate information, transcript, something that's available for them to make an accurate determination.
All right, the court will have them brought up then, and we'll give them a cautionary instruction concerning its use, and then indicate, and as I just indicated, and we'll provide it since it can be provided and has been, I think it's already done. So we will, are we ready to have them brought back up?
We are done.
All right.
I don't think it's printed. Your Honor,
Yeah.
Yes.
Here and now, right?
obviously the transcript isn't printed yet, Your Honor.
Oh, okay, it's not printed yet. I guess it's on a thumb drive or something.
Yeah.
How long will it take to print? Do we have?
We can do it downstairs. The prosecutor's office, if you wanted to, probably say maybe, I guess maybe at least like a half hour or so.
Yeah, okay.
We'll have to
I'm
put it
sure
in the
that'll be
Put it in the
binders and
binder.
everything like that too. It's gonna be like probably that, but
Let's go ahead and bring them up, Jason. You may be seated.
the alternates are coming, Judge.
What do you?
The alternates,
I don't believe, well, okay, yeah, that's fine.
alternates.
Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, Okay, how are we gonna know when it's on? All right. We have one alternate juror who has difficulty with stairs. We're gonna hook her in here by video, I believe, and then I'm gonna get a call when she's on, and then we'll proceed. Yes. Let's do this. Let's have our alternates, since they're not part of the deliberating jury, let's go ahead and have them go back to the room and tell Jason downstairs that we don't want the other jury questions, the other alternate. You'll need to tell Jason that too, that she needs not to be on there. Ladies and gentlemen, the deliberations of jury are very important here and very sacrosanct, I want to say, and so I don't want to know anything about your deliberations. The reason I've had you brought up here is you've requested a transcript of one witness's testimony, and that was Edward Jacob Wagner. Now, this is very important. It is within the discretion of the court to permit you to have that, but the concerns are that a jury, if it has the transcript of only one witness's testimony, that there are two problems or two concerns. One is that the jury will give overemphasis to the testimony of the one witness because they have that transcript there, and the other ones, they're relying on their collective memories only. That's one caution. The second caution is, in this particular case, we're talking about several hundred pages of testimony. And so the other concern is that the jury will focus on one part of that testimony and not the whole bit of that testimony. And one of the reasons that we have both sides questioning in a trial is because sometimes testimony will sound one way when it's being asked by one side and sound another way when it's being asked by the other side. And if you have the transcript and you only read the one side, it is taken out of context, and therefore the true weight of the testimony may not be assessed. Those are the two things. One is the out of context because it's not taken as a whole, and the other is overemphasis because it is written and you don't have the testimony of the other witnesses written. Now, I don't want to know anything about your deliberations. However, understanding those cautions and how that might, work in your deliberations, do you still wish to have a copy of that transcript, or would you rather rely on your collective memories with respect to that witness's testimony?
We're okay without it, sir.
Say it again?
We're okay without it.
Okay, all right. So you're not requesting it anymore?
No.
All right. Okay. I'm going to let you go back down to your deliberations. Again, let me say this while you're up here, though. You've been writing requests for pieces of evidence because it wasn't all in the room. We've tried to give you evidence as it's been requested, and a lot of evidence that wasn't specifically requested. It would be my desire that you have access to it, not only my desire, but it's necessary that you have access to it all, every piece of it that's in evidence. So don't hesitate. If something you feel is in evidence, don't hesitate to ask for it. We've tried to put in there a lot of things that weren't even asked for, but you're entitled to every piece of evidence that was admitted. So it's not really a question, can we see? It's we would like to see, because you're entitled to every piece of it. All right. So with that, I'll permit you to go back down and resume your deliberations. I guess maybe I should close this. Was there anything else council wishes to put on the record concerning?
No, thank you.
All right, with that, we are adjourned.
Working through with pizza. Yeah.
Yeah, so